Have you ever thought about how something small from your past can ripple outwardly into something massive? How something that seems so insignificant in the moment can drastically affect the future? This is the story of how I accidentally named a person. How somewhere out there walking around today is most likely a person whose name, whose identity, was determined by a casual conversation I once had with a coworker. So, back in the day, this was after my brief stint as a professional poker player, I desperately needed a job. Any job, just something to keep my girlfriend and I stable while she went to college. I was pretty decent at waiting tables, so I took a job at Bob Evans. Depending on where you live, you may have seen Bob Evans sausage in the grocery store, but it's a restaurant chain of breakfast spots whose quality is not as good as Cracker Barrel, but not as terrible as Denny's. Anyway, I end up rising through the ranks of the waitstaff, and I'm able to pay the bills there and keep us somewhat financially stable. Now, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know that it is a revolving door of employees, especially in the front of the house. People come and go on the regular. That's just the nature of the job. So, one time we end up hiring a woman in her 20s, and something about her is just sort of off. About halfway through her shift, she would always start approaching other servers to ask if we wanted her tables. Which is weird because that's how we make money. If you're making tips, the minimum wage is only a couple bucks an hour. So to give away your tables like that means you're just giving away money. This never bothered me because I was always grinding and would take whatever was being offered. But after a while, some people got annoyed. Like, why are you here? Anyway, like I said, I got along with her fine, and after working there for a few months, she told me that she just found out she was a couple months pregnant. I think it was a slow night and we were chatting, and I asked her if she had any names in mind for the baby, and she said she didn't. Now, don't ask me why, but I told her that there was this name that I always thought would be great for a boy or a girl, and I'd never heard it used as a person's name. She asked me what it was, so I told her. Brixton. It's a district in South London. I don't know why, I just always thought it would be cool and a somewhat original name for a person. Well, as soon as I told her, her eyes lit up. "That's so cool," she said. "I'm going to use that." It was a hell of a thing to be told that you've just incidentally named a human being that's soon to arrive in this world. Over the coming months, her belly began to show, and she started working less and less. But whenever I saw her, I would half-jokingly, finger gun towards her and say, "Brixton." And she would always nod and say, "Oh yeah, Brixton, that's it." Another month goes by, and she stopped working. She came in to get her last paycheck, and I happened to be working. "Brixton? Oh yeah, Brixton, that's it." Another couple months go by, and it happens. She comes in, baby girl in her arms, to show her former coworkers. The other employees rush over to see her and greet the baby, but I was doing something in the back. I step out front and I see her. "Brixton? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. I forgot." I just laughed. "So, what did you name the baby?" "London." "Wait, what? London? How did you remember the name of the city that Brixton is in, but not Brixton?" "Oh, London is a city?" Okay, let's recap. Somewhere out there is a person, at this point probably 13 or so years old, whose name is London, whose mother didn't know that London is the name of a city, who might have the memory of an alcoholic goldfish, but somehow got the word London stuck in her head enough to name a child after it despite not knowing what it was. And all because we were shooting the shit on a slow night in a crappy restaurant. London, listen to me. If this short video on my tiny, insignificant channel ever finds you, I want you to know that I'm sorry. I never meant to have a hand in your namesake, and I truly hope that one day you will forgive me.